Hello, in this tutorial video I'm going to show you what it's like from the student's point of view to access and use a discussion board. This follows on from the previous two videos. The first one was setting up the discussion board, the second one is carrying that on and adding a few more things to the discussion board and creating a thread which the students can then respond to. So this is the site that we were using before, and if I go into this content area we can see these are the two links to the discussion board that we set up before. On a real site you wouldn't need both of these links. You'd either have this sort of link, which is a general link to all of the threads in the forum, or this sort of link which goes specifically to a particular thread. I'll show you what it looks like. If I go to this one, after a second it'll list all of the threads. So here's the particular thread that I created before. If I'd created a number of different threads, perhaps one for each activity that you're going to take part in, or one for each particular discussion that you wanted to have, they'd all be listed down here. I'll just go back. And this sort of link that we looked at, it's a link directly to a thread. If you remember, we sort of captured the URL, went to the thread, captured its URL, and then created a hyperlink in the text of an item. And if I click on that, it goes directly to that particular thread. So it shows down here, look, to the student what the question that was posed was. So the idea is the student would look at that, read that, and then click on reply to reply to this particular posting. And up here it brings across by default the same subject line as the original posting has. So it's a good idea to encourage students to change this subject into something that's more appropriate for their particular posting. The reason for that is otherwise you get a list of postings all with exactly the same subject heading. I'm typing in a very inadequate response there, but I just want to be quick and type something in that's quite short. So the response that the student would give to the original thread posting would be typed in there. The student can also attach a file if you've allowed them to when the discussion board forum was set up, and then the student would click on submit. We now go back to the thread and you can see this was the original posting posted by this person here, and then this posting posted by this person here is slightly indented. I don't know if you can see the indent there. That means that this posting is a reply to that posting, and other people looking at this thread in this forum can click on the top one and see what they said, and then click on this next one and you'll find it'll redraw itself and you can see there what that person said. Other things that you can do, so somebody else now might reply to the second posting, or somebody could click on the top one and then could reply to that. So each one can be replied to separately, and each extra posting would be indented slightly, so you can follow the thread of the discussion by seeing which items are indented from which other items here. Another way that you can look, well, both you and the student can look at all of the postings, is rather than clicking on each one like this, or click on this arrow which goes to the next posting, is by clicking here and putting a tick next to each of the postings you're interested in, and then clicking on collect, it'll show the postings that you've ticked in a different way. As you can see, it puts them in sort of list form like that, and you can go to print preview of this, and the postings that you've selected can be printed out. Okay, I'm just going to go back a step. Excuse me, and go back into that thread again. Okay, so here's the various postings in this thread. Just to show some other things that the student can do. On this particular, the way when I set this forum up, I allowed students to subscribe to a particular thread. So you can see here, the student who I'm logged in as has got a subscribe button. And if they clicked on that, any responses to their postings would generate an automatic email that would go to their LSBU email account to remind them that somebody has responded to something that they've posted. And it's a way of sort of keeping students sort of in touch with what's been posted and what's been replied to. The other thing that I allowed was this thing, so students can rate a posting. So they can't rate their own, but they can rate other people's. So they could say, well, I think that's a 2-star rating or a 3-star rating. We can change their mind like that. And this one at the top, this is like an overall average rating of what everyone who's taking part has chosen. So it averages it up, and so they can be rated from 0 stars up to 5 stars. Okay, that's the end of this tutorial. Thanks very much for watching.